Right, I'm live. Let's just check what's happening on the stream. Is YouTube caught up yet? Says the stream quality is excellent. That's good. Let me drop the link in the Discord to ping everyone. Okay, now let's open the YouTube window so I can keep an eye on the chat. So, a lot's changed since the last live stream. The first thing is that I took Neon's suggestion for how to adjust the difficulty curve of the game as the player progresses. So, when you start out, tornadoes will always spawn nearby, within about 1 kilometer of you, and they'll move very slow, about 5-10 miles per hour. So it gives you plenty of time to get in front, deploy your probe, get out the way. It'll also mean you'll collect more data samples per intercept. But then as you start to level up, the tornadoes will move faster and they will spawn further and further from you. So that's a way, as you improve your equipment and your truck gets faster and your probe samples more quickly, actually intercepting the tornadoes becomes more of a challenge. So that way the game is consistently challenging and doesn't actually get easier with time, which would kind of kill all of the fun of progressing. Because you don't want to get too hard as you progress, because then you'll just not want to play. And if it gets easy, you'll just get bored. So it's finding that balance. So I'll probably still be tweaking the difficulty curves and the upgrade prices. But because of that, it means that I can have a reasonably sized map and I don't have to worry about driving all the way across the map. So it can even play, in this case, let's do a 30-kilometer map. Might take a little bit longer to generate though. We'll just give it time. And I also just checked my email just a few minutes before starting this, and I had, I think, one of my first fan emails. Somebody just emailed me saying that they're really enjoying the game and they sent me some cool screenshots. So I really appreciate that. We send this on Sunday. So it's 3:30 p.m. UK time. I received about 10 minutes ago, so you know who you are. You can look at your email timestamp. But thank you for that. I really appreciate when people come in and say that they're enjoying the game. I'm really happy to hear when people are having fun with the game. And hello, Rainbow, first one joining today. Yeah, sorry about last stream. I ended it and then looked at the chat and realised that you had a question. So feel free to ask away. So here we've got our 30-kilometer by 30-kilometer map. What sort of chase do I want to have? I want a pretty epic one. Let's do that. And that, and let's just see what it's like. So the new things with this, so I talked about the difficulty curve, so the tornadoes will spawn nearer when you start the game. Then there's wall clouds which have been added, and also power flashes, and you'll also start to see rotation on the velocity radar before the tornado actually starts to form, just like in real life. So let's jump into the chase. I think it looks like a pretty decent chase, that. So first thing I want to do is get onto a road, and I want to look somewhere which is well connected to the rest of the map. So the first tornado will spawn somewhere here, so we need the ability to get in front of it quickly. So I think we'll head north, get on here, and maybe we'll just wait beside this cornfield for now. I want to try and get a good view of the wall clouds. It took me 3 attempts to get those in the game. Because the way the logic of the game works is that the cell tracks across the map. It samples whatever the cape and helicity is at that point, and it either strengthens or weakens accordingly. But once it reaches a certain threshold, the tornado will then start to form. What I then had to do was insert a little gap in between where the wall cloud forms, and that just kind of threw a lot of logic off, and there's a lot of issues with that. But I think I've got something that's working and worth sharing now. Oh, hello from Japan. Thank you very much for joining. And I hope everybody who joins, I hope you're having an excellent weekend. It's Sunday, so it's the last day before whatever your regular week is, whether that's school, work, or other responsibilities. So we're getting our wall cloud starting to form here. Let's see it. I can try and get a bit further away. So we can kind of see like how it kind of tapers out a bit. Let's just check it didn't break. Yeah, it didn't break the lighting with the power flashes. Weekend is finished. Oh yeah, what's the time there? Because you're going to be several hours ahead of me right now. Oh well, I hope you have a good start to your week then. Yeah, so we've got our flying saucer here. And we're sure if I put velocity on, so I'll wait to switch over to velocity mode. Yeah, so we can start to see a couplet here, so we get a rough idea of where the tornado is going to form. Trying to guess the direction it's moving. I think it's very slowly moving towards us, so I think we'll just stay here. The tornado will form in the center of the wall cloud. I'm just trying to read the radar here. I think it'll be about this intersect. Oh, yeah, that was good. That was a good guess. Right, we should start to see a funnel coming down now. Oh, there we go. That was a bit too far. One second, my phone is going crazy. Okay. Perfect placement for intercept. And one thing I've noticed, a nice side effect of having this wall cloud, is that it makes the lighting for the tornado funnels a lot more ominous. I really like the colouring with this. Let's turn velocity off so we can see what we're doing. So it's heading north at 8 miles an hour, so I think we can cut across there. So if we head north... Oh, there's our first power flash. So right now the power flashes, admittedly, they're just random. I haven't wired in the logic so that it's triggered when it hits a power line. I just kind of just put them in randomly just because I think it looks cool. If we wait till it actually hits a power line or like wind turbine, you might not see them that often. That's our first power flash caught on a live stream. Actually, which ways are moving it? I think we might be okay here, you know. Let's just watch a little bit longer. It's definitely coming this way. I think I just deploy now. Open that. It's crawling towards us at 10 miles an hour, so it's not too bad. I still feel a sense of urgency though with that wind ripping right behind us. Put the headlights on. Escape route, yes, I think we're heading north. Hitting F4 intensity already in there. And we'll switch to the probe camera as soon as I get onto the road. As soon as I can see the road. Okay, the road's over there. Oh, one thing I didn't do. Delete all progress. There we go. So you see what it's like trying to progress with this new difficulty curve. Oh, I can hear things starting to break apart. Oh, there's a brief power flash there. So we're just going to take our escape route a little bit further north. Whoa, something just got sent flying. That trailer. In 150 miles an hour, F2. Have a look around inside, see if we can see any debris flying. Actually, I don't know if it's actually in the middle of the tornado yet. We're getting some good data. Whoa, that's getting wide. 0.8 of a mile so far. Almost a mile wide. Some stuff getting thrown around down there. Looks like the tops off one of the water towers. 206, 207, so we've got F3, F4 strength. What's F5? 261 miles an hour, I think it is. Got trees spinning like tops there. I kind of want to leave that in. It's just unintentional, funny behaviour. Let's see, is it F5 strength? No, it looks like it's still F4 strength. It looks like kind of in the edge of the funnel, not directly in the centre. Yes, stuff breaking. Well, that's got to be close to a mile wide now. Oh, it's just closer to us. No, it's still 0.8 of a mile, it's just a lot closer. But we need to get out of here. It's 90 miles an hour right now. Whoa. So I don't want to do a recall yet, because it's still getting good data. Let's just keep ahead of it, so once the tornado moves off the probe, we can go for another intercept. Let's just watch it from here. Keep an eye on the wind speed. So you're still getting F3 samples. Can't see anything yet though. I think once that drops to F2, we'll do a quick recall and do another intercept. Oh, there. Little power flash there. And a lightning strike. Hello Neon, thanks for joining. So your idea from the last stream I've actually implemented about making the difficulty be impact how fast the tornadoes move and how close to the spawn. So since we're a beginner, we'll spawn within about 1 kilometre and only move about 5-10 miles per hour. And then as you level up, so as your ranking increases, as you go from freshman to bachelors to masters, the tornadoes will start moving faster, and they'll also spawn further away from you. So that way it keeps kind of a constant difficulty going. This thing is nuts. Quick recall, right, we need to plan our next intercept. Oh, we've got a dirt road here. Let's take this quickly. How fast is it moving? 13 miles an hour, I think we can make it. Where's our intercept point? I think our intercept point's this intersection here, the T intersection. Whoa, I don't know. It's a section of fence, I think that was. Oh, it's F5 strength now. I'm cutting this really close. I think this will have to be a rapid deploy, and we'll just have to head north as quickly as we can. So as soon as I reach this intersection, this is going to have to be a rapid deploy because the truck's going to get lifted. Right. Quick deploy, and we'll head north. Let's try and get the pro camera up. 1 second. So I have to swap headphones there. I always keep one AirPod in, so if one runs out of battery, I can swap to the other. So if I use both, then and both run out of battery, then I can't do anything. How wide is this thing? That's got to be more than 0.8 of a mile now. 0.9, almost a mile wide. Yeah, remind me, I need to put lots of people's names in the credits. Once I've made a main menu, I need that little credits button. So, I need to keep note of everybody's contributions to the game. That's got to be a mile now. No, still 0.9. We cash in some data, buy some upgrades. funnel ring doesn't really reflect the funnel size, does it? So not exactly. It's, if I remember right, that's the radius of max wind, which should be close to the funnel size. The problem is that the way it's rendered, it has a target radius or target width, but then when you create the shape, you kind of carve out of it some random noise, and I can't really easily, at least not without massively slowing down the game, show the exact outline. So the that ring is the max that the visible funnel can be, but in reality it'll be slightly smaller just because of the noise I used to actually carve the shape of the funnel. But things are getting really quiet. It's weakening on us. It's turned and weakened right as it got to the probe. And I swear I haven't put any logic in to do that. It's just bad luck in this case. But I think it's intensifying again. Inside the area the eye would be. Yeah, let me try and I'm trying to recall how I implemented it. I think the radius of max wind is some multiple of the funnel. Yeah, sorry, I should have said radius of max wind. This is the maximum possible radius of the funnel, and the radius of max wind is some multiplier of that. I probably should tweak it. I think you said it. The radius of max wind should. I'm a bit close here. The radius of max wind should be pretty close to the width of the funnel. If I recall correctly, when you were explaining what to do with the sub-vortices. I do have it set it randomized. I can't remember exactly. I think it's like something like 0.4 to 0.6. Maybe that needs to be adjusted now. So the lights off. Look how scary that looks. With very little light. The funnel should roughly be the size. Yeah, so about the radius of the funnel. So maybe I could randomize it somewhere like 0.8 to 1.1 times the funnel width, and then just make sure I've got a good decay value. Because yeah, this looks like the radius of max wind is. Well, if that's the radius, only like 20%. Maybe it was even smaller, maybe it was like something like 20 to 40, because the problem I have is if I set it too wide, if it doesn't decay rapidly enough, you can't even get anywhere near the tornado just because the winds get too strong. Okay, so this is extreme cases. So yeah, maybe I'll take a look at the code and adjust that. That'll probably have to be in a separate update. Just because it'll take a bit more experimenting to get the... Because if I change the radius of max wind, I then need to change the decay values and make sure that it balances the gameplay so that it's not... If you can get really close to the tornadoes without any sort of impact on your vehicle, that's too easy. But then if it decays too slowly and you can't get anywhere near the tornadoes, that's also not good. So yeah, a lot of this is a balancing act. Hello, Victor. So I'm just showing here, just watch it approach as it triggers a lot of power flashes. I think what I'll do, how's our probe doing? It's getting like, no, where's the truck? There we go, hit the L. If you ever lose your truck at night time, just hit the L key a few times. Quick recall, and we'll do a quick deploy, and I think we need to get a little bit further away. Let's turn this to look at the tornado. I might need to put the lights on. Yeah, I've crashed into a tree. funnel at around the same size as max wind. It's just as dangerous as the wind near the funnel. It tells you need to try playing it smart instead of trying to kiss the funnel. I guess that's a fair point. Oh no, there's a fence. There's a fence. That's not good. That's not good. Alright, hopefully there's a gap somewhere along here. Yeah, there's a gap there. Alright, once one... No. What? Hit something. Let's try and get out of here. I'm just going to close the probe camera just because it's making the game lag a bit, just having to render that tornado twice. Just plan the next intercept. So we'll do is we'll go here, north, and then we'll come around for another intercept. So I'll try and see if we can see any more power flashes. Yeah, no, that was the right route we needed to take. We're going to F2, and let's see what data we've got. Still haven't got any F5 samples yet. Oh yeah, it's painful. 40 miles an hour. Maybe we can start buying some upgrades. But we don't have enough money yet. Wait, let's analyse it all then we should. 100,000. Right. Still not enough for dirt roads. Maybe we need to make those a bit cheaper. Increase engine power and acceleration. Yeah, let's do that one. Sorry, I'll catch up with the chat in a sec. Let me get to a good intercept point. Oh, it's turned away right as it got a car probe. Right, quick recall. Need to find a good spot to intercept. What we could do is go... Right, we're going to go around this way. Then once I'm positioned for the intercept, I'll just try and catch up with the chat. First, did you plan on making the game turn out physics-wise? Yeah, so I do have some equations as a paper that's really nice, which gives you equations for modelling debris flight. It is what the original game used. But a lot of the logic in this game kind of uses a simplified Rankine vortex. So I'm in two minds about re-implementing all the wind logic to make it more realistic, or if it would even be noticeable. Right, now, what I'll do is I'll park in this intersection here, because then that gives us options each direction, and then I can catch up on the chat. But yeah, there is a way to model the tornado winds very realistically, but it's a bit more computation, takes more tuning as well to get right. As you can see, we've got a slowly rotating wall cloud, and then we've got a faster rotating tornado in the middle. Yeah, true, yeah, you don't want to... you never really want to be putting yourself within a few hundred yards of the funnel directly in the path of a tornado. So yeah, that does add some more realism to it. Fences be destroyed by the truck. Yeah, I should probably add that. Because the colliders right now are set to sort of kinematic, which means you can collide with them, but they won't respond to the physics. So their position's just fixed. So what I'd probably need to do is have some sort of trigger so when you hit them, it measures like the impact strength and then switches them from kinematic to non-kinematic so that they can actually fall over. This is going to be a pretty long track tornado. We've still got all this map all that map to go. Slowing way down though. Right, don't be fooled. It will just be cycling. Let's take a look at the environment. Yeah, look at that K. Look at that helicity. It is not done. It's going back, so I was just reading the comments here. Yeah, so fake the Lofton physics. Yeah, so do you think focusing mainly on just the radial winds? So I think we need to move a bit more east. Hopefully it strengthens by then. Yeah, we need to get east. How close to the truck? There we go. Gravity and momentum. Yeah, I think once I start trying to simulate the physics that accurately, this is then going to become like a much slower physics simulation rather than a game. Yeah, I think so, the Unity engine does have, like, I was seeing a video on Kerbal Space Program where, like, the physics engine, the way it works, it does capture, like, weird things to do with physics, like conservation of angular momentum and things like that. So with the physical objects, in terms of the physical debris that can be thrown around, like, it does simulate gravity, and they do have, like, momentum. But the actual fluid simulation and simulating the effect of the winds, that's something completely different. So all I can really do is say how much force is applied to those objects, and the physics engine will calculate momentum and gravity and all those other parts of it. We'll probably watch these all disappear into the sky. Oh look, it's turned on us again. There's the truck. It's over there. It's cycling again. If we try and get ahead of it, we'll go up here and maybe around here. So you managed to fake it in a few minutes just with sine and cosine. So yeah, there probably are some decent simplifying assumptions which you can make, which still give like realistic results. So we've still got the wall clouds. As long as that doesn't start to decay, we know it's going to keep going. It's starting to touch down again. Yeah, so I think we'll try and intercept on the other side of this cornfield. There it goes. This for Gary's Mod. Yeah, if you're able to just do like an example calculation, just so I can get an idea of the method for doing it, then yeah, I can try it out in the game and see if it works well compared to what's currently in place. Oh, we're in the path. I feel like we're going to have to keep heading south now. It's completely changed direction. Yeah, that's the trade-off, isn't it? It has to be performant first, and then realism has to come second. Otherwise you end up with something that's unplayable. Right, I think we're going to have to off-road here, which is going to be a bit risky. Headlights on so I can see what I'm doing. Right, yeah, head south. Okay, that's approach us at 8 miles an hour. We're going south at 22. I think we've got enough time. Something getting ripped apart over there. Right, quick deploy needs to be right about, I think next to this water tower. Yeah, look, it's turning south even more now. Just check it's not getting too close. Yeah, I think it's getting too close. I'm going to have to head a bit more southeast, just to not get killed by it. So if we head southeast, we can... Right, which way am I heading? Yeah, southeast, let's just keep it going. I think we can just about outpace it. Right, I think the deploy should be here. And now now it's just a matter of trying to survive. Let's maybe turn a bit more east. East-southeast? Yeah, we just need to get out of the way. It's moving 7 miles an hour. As soon as we're on the road, we should be fine. So we want to try and aim for over here. That's what the probe camera picks up. Do I have any more data to analyse, actually? Oh, it's shrinking a bit. Come on, don't weaken right before it hits the probe. No, I think it's strengthening again. 0.7 of a mile. Oh yeah, F4 strength. Don't think it... Oh, I did hit F5 back here, but I haven't got a single F5 sample yet. They're worth $25 each. Oh yeah, direct hit on the probe, so that's good. More power flashes. I just need to find the road. F4, it looks like we might get F5 strength this time. Well, inside the funnel. Where's this road? I think is that it to our right? Yep, finally getting some F5 data. And it's only moving at 12 miles an hour, so we should get a lot of it as well. Right, let's just watch it now. Sorry, let me catch up on the chat. Add more elevation to the map. Small ditches or drainage pipes inside the road. Yeah, I do need to add just bit of variation to the tiles. I do have to make them flat where they connect. But yeah, I know what you mean. I do need to add just a bit of just noise, some ditches, just something to make it not completely perfectly flat, because you rarely get perfectly flat terrain. 0.9 miles, is it going to go a mile wide? We can go for another intercept along here. But you mentioned Navier-Stokes equations. I have written a fluid solver before. Definitely not something I want to put into a game of this complexity. It'll just slow to an absolute crawl. Yeah, everything's like an estimation of that. Yeah, don't kill yourself to send me over those functions, but I really appreciate it. You can experiment with them and get the physics working better. You get max upgrades in the game. A ballpark estimate. I'm not sure how long have I been streaming now. It tells me somewhere 35 minutes, and I've managed to buy one upgrade. But I'm wondering. Oh, again, we're going to try another intercept, aren't we? Right, quick recall. I think we're already perfectly in the path, actually. Right, I need to escape. I've got my foot to the floor, but right, just to do a quick deploy. I think we're going in. I'm trying to escape. Pushing the probe along the ground there. I think I left it too long to try and escape. Just gonna have a look at what's been booked up. Yeah, I'm probably it would take a few months of dedicated play to max everything out. I may have to adjust the difficulty curves just so it doesn't take too long. Obviously, it's not a game you want to finish in a couple of hours either, though. You always want to have the next challenge to work towards. Let's try and land wheels side up. I think it's still got a hold of us with 140-mile-an-hour winds. Look at this path. Yeah, I thought it went a mile wide there, so that's still 0.9. Oh, thank you, Kodachrome. Walker, still looking good. Will I add other storm features like Inflotail? So I did briefly try and vibe code Inflotail yesterday, but it didn't look good. It's going to take a lot more effort to get good looking Inflotails. I do want to add them. It seems like a logical next step since I've just added wall clouds. But I'm gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time planning exactly how those will work. So you can see the map's just getting obliterated here. The tornado's got a pretty tight hold on us. The truck gets lifted at about 120 miles per hour. So if it keeps putting me down in an area where wind's stronger than that, there's nothing I can do to escape it. Unless I get centrifuged out somewhere. Go VHS mode. Yeah, that truck is tumbling. This is why I don't want to be in a truck during a tornado. Even an unrealistic depiction of the physics still shows that you don't want to be in a truck. Okay, I think it's thrown us far away now that we can actually escape. Yeah, I'm just going to back up a bit. Stay out of the wind. Look at all that debris. Look, there's stuff that's lofted all the way up there. That looks pretty epic, doesn't it? I think it's time for the stream screenshot. Uh-oh, I think I'm getting sucked in again. Oh no, the lighting just changed. I've noticed the lighting switches when it goes from sunrise to sunset. It must switch the main light between the sun object and the moon object. So now it's backlit. There was a cow jump scare. Are they drawing polygons on the map? Like inverse tabs is drawing a pixel per wing. There's a single thread. Oh yeah. Trying to run it pixel by pixel, yeah, it'd be painfully slow. Yeah, I use a compute shader, so let me just bring up the HUD. So overlaid over the map is like I think it's a 2048 by 2048 pixel texture. Then run a compute shader, so essentially every pixel calculates its distance to the tornado and then decides its colour all in parallel, which is a massive speed up. Yeah, you couldn't do this iterating over every pixel and drawing manually on the CPU. It'd be far too slow. You have to use the GPU for things like that if you want to do it quickly without lagging the game. Probably getting good data. Speaking of data, how did we do? We're going to get our first anomaly or not? No, unlucky, but earned $3,000, 3,700 upgrades. So I think we're going to increase our speed off-road. Might as well increase our speed on paved roads as well. Try and get the screenshot for the stream. I think that can be it. Oh, so we're getting data. No, it won't be. Quick control. Right, we need to figure out another intercept plan. We've got a right turn coming up. If we can get down here, go for another intercept down here. I'm having to drive a bit uncomfortably close to the tornado though. There's no right turn here. So I'm going to get another stream screenshot. Oh, of course a power flash would happen right after I take the screenshot. Right, I just need to figure out how are we going to intercept this. Right now, I'm right on the edge of the windfield where the truck can get lifted up. And we use the foot brake and the hand brake to try and stay put. Okay, I'm managing to get away. Right. And what we need to do, okay, take this dirt road and come around this way. So there should be a dirt road coming up in a second. see anything because of the rain. Wait till I add rain effects and raindrops on the windshield. That's going to be even harder to navigate then. Speaking of which, I had this in real life the other day. Here in England we had some pretty intense weather. I was driving home from work, so it's dark. The winds were really strong. The little car was getting pushed around, buffeted in the wind, and the rain was coming down really heavy. I could barely see. I was doing 60 instead of 70 on the dual carriageway, and even then, like, I felt uncomfortable going that fast in those conditions. I was doing 10 under the speed limit. But yeah, it was intense, and that made me realise I need to really ramp up the mist and other effects. Trying to drive at speed when you can't see, especially I guess in the game in the vicinity of the tornado tree jump scare, really adds to the challenge. Right, let's see. We should have a right turn here. As you'll notice, as the tornado moves along the map, it picks up more and more debris. I guess just as in real life, you don't just instantly have a funnel wrapped in debris. As it moves along, and pick up more and more things, and certain things will stay in flight for longer. Right, so we'll go down here, then we'll take this left. Probably turn the headlights off now. You can definitely feel the speed increase, even though those extra 5 miles per hour on the paved road makes a huge difference. I've just realised I can't see the chat. Sorry, one sec. Realise that. Sorry, I'll catch up with the chat now. Sorry, I was reading chat and drove head on it to a fence. Right, we need to take this left. So I'm getting so many good opportunities here for screenshots, just to put the thumbnail for the stream after. Let's move away so that grass is out of the way. Let's keep an eye on the wind speed. I don't want it to go over 120, and we need to plan our intercept. Right, so I'm going to run parallel to it. That's not a good sign when things that are further away from the tornado than you are getting flung into it. Look at that. Right. I don't think we're going to be able to get in front of it. We're going to have to go off-road, gain some more distance, and then go after it. It's moving 7 or 8 miles an hour, but I still don't think we'll have time to intercept it here. I think if we go a little bit further and off-road it up to there, we can intercept it along this isolated cornfield. Actually, you know, we could go north, but there's no escape route. Actually, let's try it. We'll go north, get in the path, and then we'll escape to the east. Because it's only moving 10-15 miles an hour. We can still go about 20-25 off-road. I think we'll be okay for another intercept. So we're first-person view, so I can drive a bit more accurately. I think the intercept spot is going to be here. Right, should we do a manual deployment just to add to the fun? Drop that there, and we're going to have to escape off-road. Not ideal. Oh, we can't escape off-road, there's a fence. Okay, plan B, just drive north like our life depends on it, because it does. Just need animated wind turbines. Oh yeah, that was something I was I was talking about on the last stream. Yeah, we need to have those things cranking when the tornado gets close. I'm not even sure where we're headed. If we want to stay ahead of it, we need to turn east. Check on data? Actually, let's check the probe camera. Already at F2. Oh, I don't know what happened there. The camera just flung around. The probe must have got hit by something. I'm going to turn the probe camera off when we're not using it, just so it doesn't lag the game. Right, once we got to this cornfield, we can go up and around and try and get over here. Or we can just cut through the corn. As you remember, we're figuring out the theoretical maximum wind speeds for a tornado. Let's drive through the cone. We can maybe try for another intercept over here. Even though it looks like we're going slowly, we're going 24. That's doing 5 or 6. Oh, get it. It's slowing down right as it hits the probe. Is it turning north? Right, we can get out of the cornfield. You can see how they got lost in the cornfield and Twister, can't you? Head north. I need to head more northwest. Get F5 strength, 294, 293. Right, let's cache in some of this data. Right, we're back on the road. Let's cache in the rest of the data. $1,500. Big power flash there. Hello, Real Smurf. It's been a long few years if we had the theoretical maximum tornado. Should write like a screenplay or something about it. Like what that would actually be like, people chasing it, people caught in its path. Or in your opinion, which tornado has come closest to the theoretical maximum? That'd be interesting as well. Look, the probe's still inside the tornado. Yeah, we're still getting F5 data, so let's just cache that away. Oh, one thing I forgot, we've also got like probe upgrades. Sampling rate, let's increase that, because that just earns us money faster. Radar update frequency, let's increase the quality as well. See, the pixels are a bit smaller now. Yeah, it's headed straight north. How is the probe moving like that? It must have got hit by something, look. It just got knocked and just slid across the map. I like when like these unintentional game mechanics come into play. Stuff flying all around there. I think it's something stuck. Well, I guess we can have a look, can't we? Is it stuck to something? Well, it's not now, but yeah, it's got hit by something else. These barn roofs are causing some issues. It's keeping us within the center of the tornado though, so I'm happy about that. It's like maybe 270. Yes, I did add wall clouds and power flashes. just seemed like a good next step. Right, let's do a quick recall, and we're going to go for another intercept. So let's plan it. We're going to have... Okay, it's going to be dangerous because we're going to have to go off-road. So let's go north as far as possible. And then we're going to have to cut off-road. I've never seen a tornado make a 90-degree turn like that in the game. Except I think this one's done it twice. What I'm going to try and do is, while we drive, cache in the data and try and upgrade our off-road speed. No, I can't. I think some of the things we could do... Oh, one thing I've realised, I haven't actually made temperature data and like pressure and dew point data actually pay more than wind data, so I definitely need to change that. Right, I think I need to turn a bit more to the northwest, just to keep a safe margin between us and the tornado. Quick recall. Right, got the probe yet. And another 210. Hackleburger. Oh, that's a typo, but I actually like the sound of that. That should be a, yeah, what would the ingredients be for that? Just barely in the 5 range. Smithville might be around 220. More 2013. I've got to say, I've been watching just footage of tornadoes recently, and one of the ones that I just watch more of than any other is the Moa 2013. So it's the fact it's in like a kind of like a build-up area just adds extra intensity to the whole situation, and the fact it just wedges out in a matter of minutes. It goes from like it goes from like what, like a rope to a wedge in a few minutes. What's been added and changed? So the difficulty ramps up. So the difficulty is determined by your rating, which is given. Yeah, oh, we're in a good spot to intercept, and there's a road to escape on. Where's the road? Where's the road? Right. Let's do quick deploy, and then we need to get out of here quickly. Then I'll just recap what's changed. So we've got wall clouds, obviously power flashes, and then the velocity radar will also show you where the rotation is before the tornado starts to touch down. And then the difficulty changes, so the tornadoes will become faster and spawn further away from you as you level up. So when you first start off, the tornadoes will always be nearby and move quite slowly, so it makes it easier to intercept. So you can see I've made a lot more progress in this stream than in the last one. Oh, probe's perfectly placed there. I will have to end this stream in about 5 minutes, as I've got a Sunday roast to make. But I've got to say that it's been a lot more fun chasing with this new difficulty ramp compared to the last stream. I feel like I'm making a bit of progress each time. And if we can upgrade the sampling rate, and not pressure data, we don't want to increment that yet. I don't want to unlock any of these yet because they don't actually pay any extra. I will need to fix that before doing the update. I want to increase the max speed off-road again if I can. Oh, you call Hackleburger? Hackleburger. Gotta say, that does sound delicious. I think this might be a bit more of a glancing blow to the probe. have a look. Yeah. Only just scraped the outer wind field. So I think I'll wait till it stops collecting data, and then I'll have to call it a day. Because I'll have to start doing some food soon. There's a difficulty chart. So you've got a ranking, which this is based on academia. We've got our first anomaly. So we've got our bachelor's degree now. So tornadoes will move a little bit faster, and they will spawn further away. Let me just get another screenshot of that. Oh yeah, there's upgrades as well. That was in the last stream. But because your truck is quite slow when it first starts, I couldn't really intercept anything, and it was a bit underwhelming. So Neon had the excellent suggestion for making the tornadoes spawn closer, the newer you are to the game. And yeah, it's definitely made the game a lot more fun. I really like how the tornado looks in this lighting, kind of like the twilight. Right as I say that, the lighting changes. Now it's just a dark silhouette. Is the probe still getting data? Yeah, still getting F1 samples, it all counts. So what I want to do is increase the wind data sampling rate. We need $2,000 for that, because that's our money maker. But if we can like triple the sampling rate, triple how much money we make. So yeah, one thing I like about this is it gives you different options. You can either try and upgrade your truck so you get more intercept opportunities, or max out your probe so that you make the most of each intercept opportunity. Oh no, you never have to apologise for not making a stream. I'm just always happy when people can join in and we can discuss tornadoes and different ideas. There's absolutely no obligation to make every stream. It's just great when people can. Let's see, is our probe still getting data? Yes, still getting F1. There we go. So that's the last bit of data we'll get. We'll cash in. Oh, we've got 3 anomalies now as well. So on our way to getting our masters. But it's somehow... Is the wind field expanding or something? It's still in the F1 range. I'm gonna get every data, every bit of every data sample I can out of this. Because even though it's that far out, you might as well make it. There's always the chance of an anomaly as well. Yeah, but one thing I need to do, I'm going to write a note down here. Pay more for other data types. Otherwise, there's no point unlocking them. What do anomalies do? They just help you rank up. So every sample you collect, there's a 1 in 1,000 chance it'll have an anomaly in it, which is just think of it like a scientific discovery. And that increases your ranking, which makes tornadoes more difficult to intercept, but it also unlocks more upgrades. So they're kind of there just to balance the game out. Yeah, there's no way I'll be able to follow this along its full over its full lifespan, because look, it's nowhere near the edge of the map. So we can get some extremely long track tornadoes now. yeah, I think that's the end of the data, so let's just cash in the last few things. Okay, so I'm going to call that the end of the live stream, so I'll need to get going now. But thank you everybody who's joined, and I love hearing suggestions and feedback. And any idea you have could potentially make it into the game. So Neon's idea for the difficulties made it in, and Rainbow's going to send some mathematics to make the debris flight a bit more realistic. So yeah, looking forward to that. And I may do another stream tonight, maybe not. It depends if I've got a lot of more new things to show. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining. I'm going to sign out now.